Hello, Hayes High Indians. I'm Marty Straub. I'm your principal for this year again. I tell you what, we are so very happy to have you back in our buildings. I know we've talked a lot at you today. We started the day today as we had to, talking about COVID problems and COVID protocols here at Hayes High School. I want you to know that the only reason we're doing those things is to keep you here, to keep our staff here, to keep you healthy, to keep our staff healthy. There are always class meetings to begin the year at Hayes High School. This year we can't really afford, and we don't think it's really worth the risk of putting 240 sophomores or 200 seniors in the gym together or the lecture hall. So we're going to do this all together today. Appreciate your attention today. Appreciate the Pride Time teachers helping us through these times. So please pay attention today. There are things we need to say to you. There are questions that we want to ask. If you have those, pass those on to your Pride Time teachers today. But I sincerely am very, very thankful. I'm heartfully thankful that you guys are here today. I'm glad our teachers are here today. And you have our promise. We're going to do the very best. And with that, I'm going to hand it over to our assistant principals.
Good morning, Hayes High Indians. My name is John Lynn. I'm the assistant principal. I want to talk to you about a few things. First of all, welcome back. We are excited to have you in the building and starting this brand new year. So, talk to you first of all about GPS, our guided personal study. You guys understand that GPS has multiple purposes. Mainly, it gives you a complete class time to work on assignments, to meet with teachers, to basically stay organized and stay caught up on your work. We know that activities are important to all of our students. We want you guys to be active. We want you to participate. We also want you to have a life after school. So if you use your time wisely during GPS, you'll be able to do all those things and not have to worry about doing homework at 1 o'clock in the morning. I will tell you that it's going to look a little different to start the year in GPS, but follow the lead of your GPS paras and your GPS supervisor and take advantage of that time, because that time is very, very important. So if I had any advice for GPS, use that time wisely and get your work done. If you leave for an activity on one day, the next day that teacher that you may have missed that class can request to have you come down during that period. That's an opportune time for you to stay caught up on classes that you miss. And again, we want you to be active. We want you to participate. So please take advantage of your GPS time. Let's talk a little bit about cell phones. You guys all understand that we do not allow cell phones during class. You are able to use cell phones before and after school. You can use your cell phones during passing periods. You just cannot use them going to lunch, in the lunchroom, or coming back from lunch. But again, there may be times that a teacher requests you to use your cell phone. Could be for a class assignment. That is absolutely fine. But again, that is only if a teacher requests that to happen. Otherwise, there are consequences if you get your phone taken away. If you have your phone out and it gets taken away, the first time is it will be brought to the office, and you can pick it up at the end of the day. Second time is a parent will be called, and the parent will have to come pick it up. And then we're going to start talking about, detentions and in-school suspensions, and we don't want that to happen. So you all understand, keep your cell phones put away. If it goes off during class, that's on you. So make sure that you pay attention to that policy. Let's talk about drinks in school, drinks in the classroom. We do not allow outside drinks, Starbucks, McDonald's, any fast food cups into the building. We do have water bottle filler stations throughout the building, so it is okay for you to bring in your water cups and plastic water bottles. That's absolutely fine, but no soda, those kind of things, we just don't allow them. And Again, follow the direction of your instructors, of your teachers. They will let you know what the policies are in each one of their classrooms. Next topic I want to talk about is attendance. Attendance is so extremely important. You need to be here. You need to be in school. That's the only way you're going to learn effectively is to be here. We started a policy a couple of years ago where we're sending out more letters. Once you get to a certain threshold, we send out what we call letter 1. And that will just basically remind you of how many absences, period absences you have up to that point. It'll remind your parents and guardians of the same thing. And hopefully that will just serve as a reminder that you need to be here. You need to be in school. And you guys have done a so much better job of being in attendance, of coming to school for the last couple of years. Our attendance rates are getting better, and that's the bottom line. In order for you to accomplish things here in school, you need to be here. Your teachers expect you to be here, and just to help yourself, be in attendance, okay? It goes a long ways to just being a successful student. The last thing I want to talk about is career exploration. Our seniors, as seniors, you would have an opportunity to be part of what we call career exploration, going out into the Hayes business area and working with certain businesses, certain supervisors, to gain valuable experience. You may not know what you want to do, but after you graduate from high school or even after you graduate from college, but this gives you an opportunity to go out and work with our public and work with our businesses. And in order for you to qualify for Career X your senior year, you need to meet certain guidelines. And that means you have to meet certain attendance guidelines, and you have to fill out the proper applications for career exploration. So as a junior, if you are a junior and you're thinking about going into Career X as a senior, please talk to your counselors, and they can explain to you what those requirements are. So again, career exploration is a great opportunity as a senior to gain some very valuable experience away from this building. So please, if you get that opportunity, take advantage of that. And again, I want to welcome you back to Hayes High. I'm looking forward to a great year.
Hello, my name is Mr. Winter. It's great to have everybody back. It's good to see kids in the hall, students in the hall, teachers in the classroom. It's great to see people at practice, in the weight room. Looking forward to everything. This is new to me, being in a place that I have to stay in one place and talk to you instead of the gym or the lecture hall, but excited to be back. And if this is what it takes, this is what it takes, and we're all going to get it done together. First thing I want to talk to you about is schedule. Make sure you check your schedule, make sure it's correct. Make sure that in the first 5 days, if you want to change your schedule, after you find out what your classes are, what you need, and you talk to your counselors, make sure you get that taken care of in the first 5 days. After that, that's the point of no return. Peanut allergies. If you got them, make sure you stay away from, we are a peanut butter aware school, so make sure that if you don't bring peanut things and items to school, just like we're wearing masks to protect each other, make sure you're protecting each other by doing the right thing with that. Weapons, don't bring them to school. There's no reason for you to bring anything of that nature, whether it be a knife, gun, pocket knives even, not allowed at school. Don't keep them in your car. Don't keep them anywhere on school property, because that's going to get you into severe trouble with not just us, but with law enforcement. So make sure you don't bring any weapons into the school or onto school grounds. Hunting season, during that, make sure you make arrangements for make sure no guns, again, in your vehicles at all. Pocket chains, etc. Make sure you're following the appropriate guidelines of the dress code. Hallways, keep them picked up. We have Indian Pride. We have Pride in our school. If you look, you're going to see our commons bathrooms have been redone and cleaned up and made to look very nice. Also, there's some other renovations that we've made while you were gone, so we're excited to have those. And make sure you thank custodians. They did a lot of the work. Also, Mr. Dinkle and Mr. Ford with some of the renovations. They've done a great job, so make sure you help those custodians out because they do a really good job of keeping things clean. Make sure you're cleaning up in the hallways, out in the front and back of the school, in the gym. Just let's keep our school clean the way it's meant to be. Parking lot. Make sure you're following the arrows in the parking lot. If you noticed, we have more concrete in the parking lot. Fewer speed bumps, which some of you, especially over the summer, I've been watching, driving across the lines and the lanes, anywhere you want to go. Slow down, okay? It's very important that we are looking and going the right direction in the parking lot. Again, if you burn out, okay, and I caught a few of you last year, make sure that we don't burn out or do anything during in the parking lot, because that will cause you to basically be grounded from the parking lot for a long time. And then if you're caught again, then it'll be extended to the rest of the year. So unless you like your mom and dad or somebody dropping you off and picking you up, I suggest you drive responsibly in the parking lot. We want to be safe for each other as well, and responsible drivers. Make sure you are locking things up in your car. Make sure your car's locked, okay? And make sure you're locking things up in your locker at school, all right, as far as money or anything like that. So make sure you lock everything up when you come inside. Teacher's parking lot. You're not allowed to park in the teacher's parking lot before or after school. Make sure you do not park back there. That's for students who get dropped off at the end of the day. Make sure you do not park in the teacher's parking lot. Anything you bring onto campus can be searched, whether it's your car, whether it's your backpack, whether it's yourself, your person. Make sure that, when you come to school, and again, weapons, drug paraphernalia, things of that nature, tobacco, vaping products, all of that stuff is not allowed on school ground, whether you're 18 all the way down to 15 or 14-year-old. You guys should not be on school grounds with that. It's illegal for you unless you're 21, but make sure that you're not bringing it on school grounds, because you can be searched at any time while you're on school premises, okay? Grades, stay on track. Make sure you're checking your power school. Make sure you're communicating with your pride time teacher. Make sure you're keeping those grades up, because it's just proven the better grades you get in high school, you will continue to be successful as you go forward. Don't let a one bad semester or two bad semesters turn into more, because you have to stay on that 25 credit track to be able to graduate and be a Hayes High graduate. There are also concurrent credits and things available to you. Looking to going forward in the future, we're also NCK Tech. And if you want to do NCK Tech, concurrent credits, things like that, especially if you're a freshman or sophomore, make sure you're getting those good grades, make sure you're passing, and stay on top of that. When you go away on trips for activities or sports, make sure you're keeping your grades up and staying on top of them. Again, you have that time in GPS, so that's a great thing to have. That's all I've got. I appreciate you. Thankful that you're back, and we're going to appreciate having a great 2020-21 school year. Thank you.
Welcome back, everybody. This is Mr. Cranwitter, your Assistant Principal Athletic Director. Just a few things to also add to this video. Now that Mr. Lynn and Mr. Winter have talked to you, I've got a few things to go over with you also. Some things we're going to need to take care of this year, especially when we get to the buildings and when we are participating in activities and such. First of all, temperature checks. We are going to be doing temperature checks every morning when you get to school. But the main part about that is that if you feel ill while you're at home, you need to make sure that you are monitoring your symptoms, and if they are part of any symptoms that are associated with the COVID-19 virus, then you need to stay at home and you need to have your parents contact the school so we can follow up with you on that. But temperature checks will be taken in the morning. They'll be taken in the classroom by your homeroom teacher when you first get there in the morning. Another thing is masks. Masks will be expected to be worn all day long, except when you are eating or if you need to get a drink. There will be times when you're allowed breaks from your masks, but you'll need to make sure that you follow the instructions of your teachers and administrators and anybody who is supervising you at the time to be able to let you know when you can take your mask off. But please understand that this is for the safety of the students and the staff and the visitors that come into the school. We want to be able to have school. We want to be able to have sports. We need to wear the masks. They will be enforced. So you need to make sure you have them and you have them on. If you don't have one, we'll be able to provide one for you, but you need to wear it. We can't stress that enough. Another thing, lunch. Lunch will be limited to 5 people at a table. So last year you were able to, in previous years you were able to, have a pretty good group at some of these tables. This year it's 5 to a table. We've added quite a few more tables into the lunchroom. So, you have more places to sit. You just won't be able to sit with as many of your friends as you were able to in the past. So remember, limit to 5 per table. We will have hand sanitizers all around the building, particularly at lunch. There'll be some outside in the hallway, and then there will be a portable hand sanitizing station there also as you enter. Be sure you be sure you're able to get yourself a shot of that sanitizer before you enter the lunchroom. Get it on the outside of your hands, inside of your hands. Focus on your fingertips. Just make sure you get a good dollop of that as you go in. Your teacher is going to come and get you to be able to leave the lunchroom. You will not go to the commons. You'll not stay in that hallway area after you get done. You will be allowed to go to the bathroom, but you'll need to come right back and sit down. So that's you'll need to pay particular attention to that. You'll need to stay in your seat other than going to the bathroom, coming back, sitting down. Each one of your teachers will be coming to get you from the cafeteria. More on the activities and sports side, involvement, and I talked to the freshmen a lot about this at orientation. We want you involved. We have over 47 sports and organizations that you guys are able to get involved with. So if there is an interest that you have, more than likely, again, we have something that is going to fulfill that interest. Try to go out for multiple sports. Be part of multiple clubs and organizations. Get involved. For those of you who are academically inclined or looking for scholarships, being involved in multiple things looks good on your scholarship applications and on your college and university applications. Rule 52, sportsmanship. We have the best student section in the state, bar none, and I've seen a lot of them. You guys are awesome, very enthusiastic, great themes. Sportsmanship, though, is the key. And we do not have very many problems in regards to Hayes High's student section and sportsmanship. But things I'm going to point out. This year, there'll be no powder, no flour that is going to be thrown up at football games or any games for that matter before games. All right, we had an issue with that in the past, and so we're going to shut that down. We cannot focus on any one player. So we're not going to take a look, for example, at basketball games, and some of you may remember or understand who I'm talking about, but we're not going to focus on one player being the star player or just another player in the team and call them out and focus language on that person, or just it's just cheering. Cheer when we cheer when we score, cheer when we play good defense, so on and so forth. So mind the language and keep it focused on the teams and the game. Attendance at activities. Two policies we will implement. So first of all, temperature checks. Temperature checks will be taken for any event that is inside. And we're talking about fans and players. Players will take care of that with their team as they arrive. But for fans, if you come to any inside activities, meaning mainly volleyball at this point, you will have a temperature check to be able to enter. Along with that, you will have to wear a mask. You will be required, just like during school, you will have to wear a mask as a fan. If you have any questions about that, you can come up and talk to me about that or talk to an administrator. But again, temperature checks outside. If it's 104 or above, you will not be allowed to enter. We'll give you 2 more checks after you're allowed to maybe cool down or whatever. And if it passes, you'll be able to go in. If not, you won't be allowed to come in. Masks need to be worn all the time, except for if you're eating or drinking. For outside events, we're talking soccer and football. Okay, for football first, we're going to abide by the Fort Hays State University policy, which means and says that masks are required if you are unable to social distance. So, given that, basically what it's saying is that you need to bring a mask with you. If you are unable to keep 6 feet between you and the people to your left and right side and front and back, then you will need to wear a mask. So what I can say is this: all students will be asked to wear a mask regardless of your social distancing, unless you are just completely outside of the student section. If you are going to be in the student section, you will be wearing a mask because it is going to be very difficult for you to be able to social distance. So plan on bringing a mask. If you don't have one, you will be offered one. If you decide you're not going to wear a mask, then you'll be asked to leave. So please remember that. At Fort Hays State University for football games, you will be required to wear a mask while you're in the student section. If you choose to leave the student section, then you need to go sit on your own, and then you can go without a mask. But while in the student section, you will need to wear a mask. At soccer games, you will be asked to wear a mask if you can't social distance. If you can social distance, you will not be required to wear a mask. So if you come with your friends and sit on lawn chairs and you want to watch the soccer games, you may do so without a mask, as long as you are 6 feet away from the fans near you. If you can't social distance, then you will have to wear a mask. Okay, moving on to spirit themes. We're all for them. I think this year again, the Spirit Club, and working in cooperation with the Stuco and vice versa, will come up with some spirit themes for all of our, for many of our home events. So just keep those in mind and keep your ears and eyes open for those announcements. All spirit themes will be approved, and if any T-shirts are going to be worn during those games, those will have to be approved too, and they can't be offensive or have any offensive language. Again, we look forward to having a great school year, best student section in the state, best high school in the state. We welcome you back, and we're looking forward to seeing you. Thank you very much.
I'm back, students, teachers. I know that we told you a lot of do's and we told you a lot of don'ts. I apologize for that, but it's something we have to go through every year. Very thankful we found an efficient way. I want to thank Dan Ballman for helping us get this out to you also. We thought it was an efficient way and a way for everybody to hear it at the same time here at Hays High School. Just a couple more things, and then we'll let you go, and so then the teachers can start talking to you about our student handbook today. Hey guys, let's be on time. When you come late to school, it does disrupt school and all the classes. But the other thing that it's going to require us to do this year is when you come through our secure entrance, we'll have to take your temperature and those kind of things as you enter our school. So please, let's be considerate. Everybody else is learning. Hey, set the alarm 5 minutes earlier. I know you can do it. Everybody hates getting up in the morning. I get it. But let's make a real effort so we can all get to class on time and get you in and get you learning from our awesome teachers here at Hays High School. The other thing I wanted to let you know is that the yearbooks did arrive. couple weeks ago, and Jessica Augustine's program, kids, will be handing those out as soon as we start Pride Time on Thursday. So please, seniors, we'll let you have first shot at getting your yearbook quickly in Gym A. Juniors will follow, and we're very, very optimistic and hopeful that y'all will get down there quickly, get your books, get back to class so we can let the next class go. So we hope to hand out all 3 classes of yearbooks, sophomores, juniors, and seniors from Hayes High School in the gym. So thank you very much for doing that expeditiously. Just to close up today, again, we apologize for all the rules, but I want you to also know the reason the rules are in place is so we can keep you as healthy as we possibly can, keep our teachers as healthy as we possibly can. Things are going on around us in our community that we have no control over. Doggone it, we do have control of what we do at Hayes High School, and we can't do it alone. My assistants can't do it alone, our teachers can't do it alone, and quite honestly, the kids can't do it alone. But together, we do know we can make Hayes High a safe place to be. We're going to do our very best for you each and every day. We promise you that. And again, our theme for the year is appreciation, and we don't know what we appreciate until we don't have it. And I want you to know that personally, from your teachers, your administrators, your counselors, your nurse, your janitors, we absolutely and sincerely missed you guys last year. We didn't know how much until you weren't here. We hope that you miss school. We hope you appreciate school, your staff, your teachers, your classmates is enough to do those little things we have to ask you to do. We hope that things pass and we can get back to our true normal in life. But until then, let's work together. Let's understand that. If you have concerns, let's not start petitions and do those things. Come talk to us. If you have better ideas, you come talk to us. You talk to your teachers, you talk to us. Let us work things out together. Welcome back to class of 2021, 2022, 2023, and it's hard to believe, 2024. Welcome back, Hayes High. Glad to have you back.